Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So, I'm going to address this right now. You're probably not going to see any cats in this video. I know they don't always come around, but when they do, they do. I'm a little mad at them because I left for 20 minutes and they literally knocked several things down. For some reason, one of my cats has this weird angry vendetta against my Ghostbuster, and he's already trying to bust in, apparently. So he decided to knock that down, apparently, which was a dick move. Oh, it's the older cat. Hello, Dickwood. The older cat can't get up and do any of this. He's just waiting for me to feed him. But that's not why you're here. I mean, maybe you are. Some people are here for my cats. I've accepted it at this point. Today we're talking about Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. I love this movie. I love these movies, but the second one definitely takes the cake. I absolutely love the second film. This is directed once again by Raja Gosnell, with another screenplay written once again by James Gunn. So from 2004, a family mystery starring, the main cast. You already know them. Linda Cardellini as Velma, Sarah Michelle Gellar as Daphne, Matthew Lillard as Shaggy, Freddie Prinze Jr. as Fred, and Neil Fanning as Scooby-Doo. There are some great additions. Alicia Silverstone as Heather Jasper Howe, Peter Boyle, aka Frank Barone from Everybody Loves Raymond, and Frankenstein's monster from Young Frankenstein as Old Man Wickles, Tim Blake Nelson as Jacobo, Scott McNeil as the evil masked figure. Wait, where? Oh, there he is. I was about to say, Seth Green as Patrick. Somehow I almost skipped over him. And I'm like, he's in this movie. Where is he? And finally, Kevin Durand as the Black Knight Ghost. The film has a 22% on Rotten Tomatoes, and off of a budget of $25 million, the film made $181.5 million. So it did pretty well. I do understand why it has that Rotten Tomatoes score, and I understand it from a filmmaking standpoint, but I'm going to warn you now, my nostalgia has taken over this one. I think it's better than the first film, and I know I'm not the only one who shares that opinion. It takes the classic monsters from the show, like I mentioned, Black Knight Ghost, 10,000 Volt Man, what's another one? Redbeard the Pirate. I'm blanking on his name. He's like the zombie. Oh my god. Why am I blank? I'm blanking on the guy's name. And then there's the scuba dude, and I'm forgetting his name too. Oh my god. And they said him in the movie too. I don't think I wrote him down. But anyhow, they're used, instead of being main villains, they're used as henchmen for this movie's monster, aka the Masked Man, or Evil Masked Figure. That's his actual name. Who, spoiler alert, is Heather Jasper Howe, who is Jacobo in disguise. Jacobo is the pterodactyl ghost, and he fakes his own death and disguises himself as Heather Jasper Howe to get back at Mystery Inc., yada yada yada, and now he's, an evil masked figure and back in jail. So Scooby and Shaggy throughout the movie are having this weird kind of existential crisis, realizing that they only ever accidentally solve the mystery instead of intentionally doing so. The final fight, trap, whatever you want to call it, takes place at an old abandoned mining town, just like the show would have. After Fred and the Black Knight Ghost joust to Wanted Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi, Daphne gets separated while fighting the 10,000 Volt monster, and Velma distracts the twin skeleton monsters. It's up to Shaggy and Scooby to get the control panel that they stole at the beginning of the film. Shaggy and Scooby kind of stumble upon it, and they're in this lab, and it's got this fun sequence of them taking different potions and turning into different things. Scooby at one point becomes the Tasmanian Devil, and at another point he becomes super smart. Shaggy becomes this buff idiot and a woman. It's very funny. Juvenile, but funny. They take the control panel because it's got randomonium in it. Yeah, randomonium. Woo! Anyway, so they bring it back to that secret lab under the abandoned mining town. All along the way, Patrick is being set up as the evil masked figure, but it's revealed in the end that he's not. Shaggy and Scooby eat the evil and frightening cotton candy glob. Why? Because he's sweet and delicious because it's cotton candy. Yeah, I don't know if that's technically supposed to be cannibalism, but I'm gonna call it cannibalism even though he's made of cotton candy. That's terrifying. They ate a person. So think about that, kids. They ate a person. That's gross and weird. After the whole team is nearly suffocated by the black tar monster, Scooby puts the control panel back and reverses the monsters back to where they came from. It's revealed that Heather is actually Jacobo in disguise, and Velma and Patrick end up together at the end. I rushed through that last part, and I'm going to tell you why. One, I already told you about Jacobo and Heather Jasper Howe and the evil masked figure all being the same person. Velma and Patrick's relationship, though, feels real thanks to two great actors. They had really great chemistry on set, and I really hope that's true for real life. I know Linda Cardellini and Seth Green aren't married, at least last time I knew. Let's just double check that. Yeah, no. He's been married to this woman named Claire Grant since 2010. That's nice. That's real. That's good. Good for him. Oh, and he lives in Philadelphia. What? That's also cool. That's like 10 hours away, maybe? I don't know. I'm not good with travel times. The CG looks better. The ghosts are a really nice blend, especially the more humanoid ones. Mainly the pirates and the zombie ghosts. They're a real nice blend of practical and CG. The CG is mostly to get that green aura around them, and to make them float and stuff. Everything else is pretty much guys in costumes, and it actually looks good. Scooby even looks better. The only scene I can say that he might not look as great in is the scene where he's in the evil, villain bar dancing to music. He's doing all this disco moves and he's hopping around and his afro is coming. Sorry, excuse me, not Scooby. Steve McCrawley is dancing around, and then it's revealed that Steve McCrawley is actually Scooby-Doo. For the life of me, though, and I wish I had wrote it down when he said it, Shaggy had the dumbest name in this, and I only can remember Scooby's name being Steve McCrawley, because I was looking it up last night, because I wanted to... There's a meme going around from the first movie of Scooby dressed as Grandma, and it's like, here's Scooby, and somebody asks, why is Scooby dressed as an old lady? And then somebody commented underneath it and says, what are you talking about? That's not Scooby, that's Grandma. I wanted to do something similar with why is Scooby wearing an afro? What do you talk about? That's Steve McCrawley. I wanted to do that, but I couldn't find a picture of it that was good enough to use. And I couldn't remember Shaggy's name. I even tried to look it up, and then it just sent me to Halloween costumes, so it's like, whatever. Yeah, so Scooby looks better. Just in those scenes, it kind of, you can tell is, a guy in a green suit jumping around with maybe a fake afro on. Like I already talked about, though, the ghosts are a really nice blend between CG and practical people in costumes. The choreography, including the dancing and fighting, is well done, too. There are a few dance scenes throughout the film that are very entertaining. Even the music is better, with songs from Simple Plan. That's always a nice touch. And a few, I don't want to call them R&B numbers. They feel like R&B numbers, but they're not rap numbers, but they're not, like, soul. I guess R&B would be the best way to go about it. A few of those, too. None of that's why you're here, though. There's a name on that acting list, and I know that's why you're all here. Matthew Lillard is a wonderful addition, as always. He delivers top quality acting. He's so charismatic in the role of Shaggy. Not that anybody else is bad. Like I already said, Seth Green and Linda Cardellini are two of the standouts because of that relationship that builds up between them. Because it feels so real and just like two nerds falling slowly in love together while one is trying to be painted as the bad guy and the other one's trying too hard to make herself better. Matthew Lillard, though, there's something about him in these movies, and I don't know if it's because of all the memes in the past few years or it's just because he's secretly insane. I don't know. I love him in this movie. I love him in general, and this is definitely one of his greatest performances, right up there with Scream and the first movie. So, gotta give credit where credit is due. Matthew Lillard, Seth Green, Linda Cardellini totally stands out. And even though Sarah Michelle Gellar and Freddie Prinze Jr. are good, they're married in real life, so their relationship has to feel real, because obviously it is. I'm sorry, those are our three standouts. It kind of feels like Fred and Daphne kind of got sidelined throughout the whole movie. But that's just me. I'm giving this an 8 out of 10. Like I said, nostalgia is definitely taking over. Tomorrow we're going to talk about probably one of my favorite superhero films, Batman 89, or just Batman. Tim Burton directed film. You're really starting to get on my nerves, sir. The youngest cat's now in here trying to dig in my garbage. Why is he digging in my garbage? Well, there's a bunch of plastic shrink wrap in there from a couple of things I got. So last Friday, I finally caved and bought a Switch. I had to get one of the lights, and it had to be yellow. That's all they had, and I just tired of waiting. So I got Pokemon Sword for that, and I got Minecraft Dungeons for it as well. And then, after doing some work yesterday, I picked up 2 new games. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. What are you into now? I don't even want to know. And the Lego Incredibles game. I couldn't resist. What are you chewing on? Oh, whatever, asshole. And finally, I want to do a horror movie at some time this month because it's all, well, I mean, I am doing horror movies all month because of the Saw franchise, but I want to do a real classic horror film. And since I refuse to do Halloween until October, when I have the entire month already planned out, we're going to talk at some point, I don't know when, probably on a Wednesday, maybe a Sunday, we're going to talk about Candyman. They had it for $10 at Walmart, and I just couldn't resist. This is one that's been on my radar for I don't know how many years now, maybe 2 or 3. Not too long, but not long enough, if you get what I mean. And I've been meaning to watch it. I know it's on Netflix, but I don't know. I never know how much longer things are going to be on Netflix for. And by the time I end up covering it, it could be gone. So playing it safe, just getting it. Tony Todd is so wonderful, and I absolutely love him. So I couldn't resist. Candyman, sometime this month, maybe a Wednesday, maybe a Monday, maybe a Sunday. You don't know. I don't know. And of course, those other things I talked about yesterday, like top 10 Disney movies, a review eventually for, I don't even know where the list is anymore. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Perks of Being a Wallflower, and The Circle. Those 3 will probably end up on Instagram just because I want to post a little more over there. And then, yeah. So, until tomorrow with Batman 89, and then finally we can get back to my normal schedule and just, or my new schedule and every other day or whatever it's supposed to be. I'm Luke, and I'll see you guys later. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed what you just watched. If you're interested in more of my videos, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notifications every time I upload a video. And also, if you could, just leave a like down below and maybe even consider commenting, telling me things I did good, things I did bad.